Welcome to this course. My name is Stephen Hancock, and my voice will be the voice you hear throughout the course. The purpose of this course is to cover 11 JavaScript features that I feel are critical to understand. Now, why 11? Well, I started this process by listing what I thought were the most important features. Then I reviewed similar lists from other JavaScript developers. Those that showed up the most and weighed the most in my mind made the list. The final number ended up being 11. So let's look at those 11 topics which we are going to cover. So first off, we're going to deal with scope. An important topic for any JavaScript developer to understand. And then we'll talk about hoisting. Falls along the same lines as scope. Then we need to talk about the fact that objects in JavaScript are everywhere. They're a big part of JavaScript, and you need to understand that in order to be effective in JavaScript. After that, we'll jump into prototypal inheritance. Understanding how inheritance and how objects share properties and methods in JavaScript is critical. From there, we'll go to higher order functions, a concept in JavaScript that makes many things we do in JavaScript possible. So we want to talk about that. One of the things that are possible because of higher order functions are callbacks. And this is a very critical pattern in JavaScript. You need to understand how callbacks are used and when you can use them. From that, we'll talk about immediately invoked function expressions. A structure in JavaScript that you'll use and see in a lot of different code. Finally, we'll talk about closure. One of the concepts in JavaScript that I think is probably one of the most important concepts or features of JavaScript, closure. Then we'll deal with the module pattern. A pattern you'll see throughout JavaScript, a pattern which is important to understand. We then need to talk about this. This can be something that can be a little bit difficult to understand in JavaScript when you're working with objects. So we need to spend a little bit of time on that. And then for the 11th topic, we will deal with promises, a very important asynchronous pattern in JavaScript. So those are the 11 topics. Let's go ahead and get started.